In this lecture, I will walk you through the dependencies section of the Maven pom.xml. Open the pom.xml. The initial part is very straightforward. It has the Maven coordinates, and then within the properties, you can specify the compiler level. If you want to change this to Java 11, you are welcome to change it. Lambda right now supports Java 8 and 11. The dependencies section is the first important piece here. The first dependency is AWS Lambda Java Core. This is the dependency from which we get all the core classes of AWS Lambda. To explain this, I'm going to use the app.java class that initially got created when we used the sam init command. We have deleted that class and we have created a very simple pojo. But if we go back to that class, you see this request handler interface that is being implemented by this class. This is not mandatory, but this is one way of creating a Lambda function. You implement the request handler interface and specify the request that our Lambda function takes and the response our Lambda function takes. We'll be doing all this in lectures later on. So this request handler interface is from com Amazon AWS services Lambda runtime package context. Same package has the request handler as well. This context, you will learn about this later on. This context can be passed in as a parameter to your Lambda function at the end. See it? It has all the environment information about your Lambda. More about it later on, but you need to understand that library, that Maven dependency has classes like these, which can be used to implement your Lambda. And the next dependency, if you go back, is the AWS Lambda Java events. Thanks to Lambda developers at AWS, they have given us a lot of POJO classes. See this API gateway proxy request event. This is a POJO class which can be used to receive data from the API gateway when the request comes in. So automatically, when we hit the API gateway, all the data that we send in the API request will be put into this event and it will be handed over to the Lambda function. Instead of us creating POJO classes, the Lambda developers have already done it. Same for the API gateway proxy response event as well. In our Lambda function, we create this API gateway proxy response event, fill that in, see this here? Fill that in with all the information we want to send back to the client, and then we return that response. So instead of we creating the POJOs, see this package up top? That package already has all these POJOs for various resources that can trigger a Lambda function and we can readily use them. Right now, since we have a POJO, we are not taking any of those events as parameters or returning those events. Even if you take out these two dependencies, our Lambda will still work as it is. So I have removed the dependencies. Go to the command line. If you do a ls right now, I am under my project. Let's go into the build directory. Let me see the hidden directory. cd.aws sam cd build cd hello world function. If I do a ls, right now I have the compiled class under hello world, and also the lib directory has all the jars, these three jars. Let me come out a level. Let me come out completely to show you. If I build the project now, since we have taken out all the dependencies, we shouldn't have the lib directory at all. So I'm going back to my project level, cd to this directory, the project level, paste it, sam build. Since it does a Maven build, if I go back to that directory, quickly cd.aws sam, let me clear this. Inside that I have cd build, cd hello world function. See that the lib directory is completely gone because we don't have any dependencies that have to be packaged or used along with the Lambda. This JUnit dependency has a test scope. So it is used only while running the tests locally and it is not a part of our Lambda deployment. So that is how the dependencies work, just like a typical Maven project. But these two dependencies, we don't need them right now because we are working with very simple Lambda functions. When we integrate with other resources in AWS like API Gateway, SQS, SNS, we'll be using these events, and using the context object, we can receive all the Lambda environment information, which is a part of this first library. We'll add all those back later on. For now, we can remove them.